You played for Joe Paterno.
Meeting like the myth, the legend kind of thing. You know what I mean? You have your Joe Paternos, your Bobby Bowdens, your Nick Sabans, Les Miles, those kind of guys. And when you see them in person, like, man, it's just like an aura that they have.
But runs down the floor, and then I think he either got a dunk or like an and one coming off maybe like a pick and roll or something. But it was awesome to see like how he's really maturing and completing as a player.
Obviously doesn't have the accolades that Tom Brady does, but we're pretty much getting a Tom Brady, when he went to the Bucs. That's what's happening. We're getting a guy who's at the end of his career.
Attitude with ever. I mean, dude, we thought Big Ben was a diva. There is no one probably in this NFL world that you can think of that would probably match what Aaron Rodgers brings when it comes to being a diva.
You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back in to another episode of the Mark Lesko Podcast. Just talking some news real quick. Nothing too in-depth. But I will be on with Brett tomorrow to talk more Penn State football news. So we've got a few storylines right now, but the Masters is one of them. I'm a big golf fan. And we got Justin Rose leading. He's done that a few times where first round, first 2 rounds, he'll be in the lead, and then he just doesn't win. So once again, he's in the lead. DeChambeau's on his heels. Corey Connors, Rory McIlroy's doing good. Scotty's doing good. Tiger's not in, unfortunately, because he tore his Achilles, and he's been going through a lot of injuries. I mean, he was in, first of all, Tiger Woods, my favorite athlete of all time, totally dominated his sport. Just, my opinion, the most dominant athlete of all time, the best athlete of all time. He set records. He set a bar that's unbelievable. Still chasing 19 majors. I think he needs 19 to beat Jack or something like that. Jack Nicklaus. I was talking to a guy recently who is a big-time golfer and big-time golf fan, and he said that he thinks once Tiger comes back from his leg injury, from his torn Achilles, that he thinks he can still win those majors even though he'll be older because he's that good. And I've never heard I have not heard anyone say that. So I was kind of happy to hear that guy thinks that because he knows golf pretty well. Tiger winning the Masters for me is like the Steelers winning a Super Bowl or Penn State winning a national title. Maybe not quite as high as Penn State winning a national title. That'd probably be in a league of its own. But Tiger winning the Masters is, I love to see that. I love to see him win majors. But he's not in it. He's probably out for the whole year. He will probably be back next year and then maybe be able to do the Masters. But that guy's been through a lot. He was in a car wreck, nearly lost his leg, and then he just tore his Achilles. He had back issues for most of his career, unfortunately. He won the U.S. Open on a torn ACL and a broken leg. I think it was both, which is insane to even think that he won a major on that. And he played 5 rounds of golf to win it, 5 total rounds to win it because they went to a playoff. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, it's going to be a good Sunday. Again, DeChambeau, I would like to see him win. Brooks, Tiger Woods is my favorite golfer, but for the guys that are playing at the top of their game, Brooksy, definitely a guy that I would like to win, but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to. Where is he on here, Brooks? It's not finding his name. I'll just look up the. So he's +5. So he's done. He's not even making the cut. But Brooks, one of my favorite guys, because they do bodybuilding. DeChambeau does bodybuilding type lifting, as do I. So those combined, you don't see a lot of guys. Those were two of the first guys that actually came into the professional golf and were big like that. Patrick Reed, never want him to win. I don't like Colin Morikawa. Schauffele, I like him. Bubba, obviously, he's the man. But I'd either like to see Rose win or DeChambeau. Rory, not a big fan of his. I think he's kind of a weird guy, but he's also not American. I'd like to see an American win. So the usual suspects up there. Victor Hovland, I like him, but again, he's not American, so I don't really want him to win. If Mark Howell won, who's very good, he's an American. Patrick Reed's an American. But at the end of the day, I would like to have an American bring it home. Scheffler, probably the best golfer in the world right now. I think he's number one. Would like to see him do well too, but I also want to see someone else other than him win. Because he's won, 2 times in the past? So won in 22, 24. So it could be 3 wins in 4 years. But Tiger totally dominated golf. I mean, there will never ever be a golfer like him ever again. He was one of one. In 97, his first professional Masters, he won by 13 strokes. And that was a record for the whole tournament. Insane. He was 21, still the youngest guy to ever win it, and he won it by 13 strokes, and he broke the record. I mean, what? That's insane. 2001, he won the Masters. 2002, he won. 2005, he won. 2019, he won. So he has 5. Jack has 6 jackets. Tiger has 5. One thing that really could have set Tiger apart, 2011, for example, he hit a really nice second shot on number 15 at Augusta. Put it within, I think, 10 feet. Had an eagle putt. He was, I forget the score, but that would have, I think, gave him the lead. If he hit the eagle putt, he missed it, got the birdie, and just wasn't enough. Charles Schwartzel won it. There's been a couple years, for sure, where Tiger could have won, and he didn't. So if he didn't have the scandal happen with him, that alone, I think, really knocked him off the rails. His back issues came, but, I'm sure that doesn't help when you got that much stress going on. If it weren't for that, the guy would have doubled every record imaginable. He would have had probably 30 majors, 10 green jackets. I mean, he would have just set the bar so high that no one would have ever even come close to him. Scotty Scheffler, who, I believe is number one, he has to be number one for 3 or 4 years straight to even touch Tiger's record of being number one. And his numbers at Augusta are insane, Tiger. I mean, his numbers are absolutely insane. I mean, you talk about a guy that was always at the top of a sport, always. Every tournament, every year, every major, he was always up there at the top. You saw Tiger Woods at the top of the leaderboard on Sunday every single time. Just dominated his sport. So we'll see how it plays out, but I'm kind of pulling for DeChambeau. I'd like to see him win. And he's a live guy. I like live. I like that they hate live because I like it. And I'd like to see a live guy win it too. All right, so Aaron Rodgers. Don't really know what's going on with him right now. Like, it seems to change every 3 hours. Like, I think he's going to come to Pittsburgh. I even saw stories where they already had signed a deal with the Steelers. Saw that on Instagram. I saw that they'll be strict, the Steelers, with him, which they should be. That's the Steelers. I mean, guys can come here and be better, do well. Now they're talking about Shadur Sanders. What a joke that is. If they take a quarterback in the first round, like, unless they try to get 2 first-round picks, even then, I don't want them taking a quarterback. But if they take a quarterback in the first round this year, I don't know if I'm ever watching them again. It's so bad. Aaron Rodgers makes them immediate Super Bowl contenders. A lot of Steelers fans either want him or they don't want him, or they think Mason's a good option. I saw a video today where they were interviewing people in Pittsburgh, and they're like, yeah, we're excited for Mason. How could you possibly be excited to have Mason Rudolph as your quarterback? He's not good. He's not going to win you a Super Bowl. My God, you just got DK Metcalf and your quarterback is Mason Rudolph? What? The goal is to win the Super Bowl. The Steelers win Super Bowls. They don't win seasons. They win championships. That's why we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you want Mason Rudolph as your quarterback? Or you want Shadur Sanders as your quarterback, who is not that good? You want anyone other than Aaron Rodgers to be your quarterback? Really? Aaron Rodgers makes you immediate Super Bowl contender. And if all goes bad, which I don't even know if it's possible because our defense is so good, but if all goes bad, we could have a high draft pick next year. I mean, it's tank for Arch Manning. If you don't get Aaron Rodgers, even if you do, and you're not going to have a good season, tank for Arch Manning. We need a new franchise quarterback. But I'm telling you, like, this time next year, if they're not looking at getting like a Arch Manning in the draft or a future franchise quarterback, Mike Tomlin needs to go. He needs to go. No one likes him. He's a pain in the ass. He's overrated as hell. They need to let him go. Go somewhere else, dude. Win a Super Bowl somewhere else. I wish you the best. You've ruined our team. You've ruined our franchise. It is a shell of itself. The Steelers franchise. It's an absolute joke. And I won't be doing a Steelers show week in and week out with Jared Miller. I'm kind of giving him that. So if you want Pirates coverage, we have that on Facebook. Jared does videos on Facebook, on the Mark Lesko Podcast Facebook page, I should say. I'm trying to get him his own Steelers show that he can do on his own with a guest or whatever. He might just do that on Facebook for now, but for on here, unless he wants to do the Steelers show on here too, we're not going to be covering that consistently anymore. I have no desire to do it. I'm all Penn State. I love Penn State, and I have no desire to talk about the Steelers every week. It makes my blood pressure too high. I'm as diehard fan as you can get, but to spend my time talking about them on a show, it's like, what are we talking about? I mean, it's just the same song and dance. It's like clockwork. So they've pretty much defeated my my desire to talk about them. And then we got a couple more stories here. By the way, illicit, I did announce that, but you won the giveaway. So if you are listening by chance, you won the giveaway. So reach out to me, man, on Facebook, Instagram, Mark Lesko Podcast, whatever you want to do. Reach out to me, and we'll get your giveaway in the mail. Speaking about bad franchises and curses, and there's Sean Clifford. Good Lord. 3 quarterbacks there. Listen, I don't know Sean as a guy. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything about him as a person, but I hated having him as the quarterback. Every time I see him back here, I'm like, please, God, don't curse our team. Really like Trace a lot, but, he had some collapses in his career. Drew, we pretty much have yet to see. He's progressed, but we still have yet to see kind of what his full potential is. But, man, when I see Sean Clifford, that's like gives me chills. I'm like, who? Anthony Morelli 2.0. Brett sent me this commercial, and I thought it was funny because Tyler Warren. I want to make sure you guys can hear this okay. I thought maybe the sound was messed up somehow with the update, but yeah, it should be good.
Tyler Warren, and this is what's in my bag. I always keep my football on hand, and of course,
I thought that was so funny. He just pulls out a football, which obviously that's good that he has that. All those serious athletes should have that, but I thought it was so funny. He pulls out a football. I remember when you brought a football to my dog's funeral. Nick Dawkins said. Thought it was crazy at the time, but it makes sense now. He brought a football to his dog's funeral.
and of course, I have to have my Rockin' Protein shake. I love them so much. I always make sure I have one in my bag, my car, and my home. Take your recovery to the next level with Rockin' Protein. Available at your local Walmart.
Rockin' Protein's good stuff. By the way, he said he has one in his home. I would imagine with that NIL money, those guys are actually living in houses. I guess.
I'm here with
Another recruiting thing. We'll cover this with Brett tomorrow, but
2026 DN recruit Jake Krell. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just, happy to be here. Happy to be able to State College.
How was your visit to Penn State?
It was good to see practice, get to see Coach Barnes in meetings, kind of meet with Coach Franklin again. It was good getting to come back up here with my mom.
What do you feel are your best traits as an edge rusher?
I don't pop off the tape measurably. I'm not like a 6'5", 6'6", 260 guy, but I think I have the fastest, if not one of the fastest get-offs in all of my high school recruiting class, and I bend the edge extremely well. So I think just my get-off, my technique, and my bend is kind of what makes me stick out when you kind of watch the film and everything.
And is there anything in particular you're looking to work on and improve before you get to college?
100%. I want to grow physically, kind of get my man physique mature a little bit, so I could stop the run better, kind of be stronger in that aspect of my game. Establish a power rush so that the offensive lineman can't just kind of key on my speed and my finesse. So I think those are the two major things that I've been kind of focusing on.
How do you feel that you could fit in with the long line of successful edge rushers here at Penn State?
I honestly think I fit in super well. It's kind of what attracted me to Penn State at first. You look at guys like Chop Robinson, Abdul Carter, Michael Parsons. They're all guys with a very similar build and game to me. Not the biggest guys on paper, but they do everything else extremely well. And I think that's kind of what attracted me to Coach Barnes' coaching and how Penn State runs their defense, because it makes guys like me thrive in the system.
I'm here with 2026 DN.
that's dope. Good for him. This is kind of a random weird story. JB Nelson is no longer listed on the roster. He must have got beat out, and then he's going to transfer. I don't think he was kicked off the team or anything, but absolute freak of a lineman. Just a great athlete. One of the best we've had. And I guess he got beat out by Cooper Cousins, which tells you just how good he is. Cooper Cousins he might be a first-round pick. Like, he's that good. But JB's leaving. Loss for us. Best of luck to you, JB. We got 3 guys in the top 10. So I guess we got I can't read that from here. But can I zoom in? No. All right. I think it's like QB2, running back 2, and running back 3. So I guess those are 3 guys we have in the top 10 on ESPN. ESPN is an absolute joke, but I would agree with that. Most top 10 returning players. Alabama, 9. Penn State, 7. So they have like a top 10 for each position. And Penn State has the second most. Yeah, so there was this guy, this moron. This guy commented, all right, I'm not even going to pull it up because he's a moron, but he said something like, hold on. All right, I'll pull it up so you guys can see the comment. We get some interesting comments, for sure. The thing that we've been getting most recently, we were talking about Joe Paterno, people calling Joe names, and some of them I answer. Most of the time I don't. I just block them, but I was like, oh, entertain comment, even though they're totally wrong. All right. This is actually one of my favorite segments to go through the comments section so I can cook all you guys. Get your shovels out. Should be digging your own grave here soon. Just going to bury. Brett and I will always bury you haters in the comments. So keep them coming. You can think you're going to win, but you're not. But keep trying. You're going to be digging your own grave. All right. So this guy said, so defending Joe Paterno's innocence, insights from John Ziegler. Don't start rewriting history. Joe Pa knew. This was confirmed by multiple sources. He deserves to be known as the assistant to that's their favorite word. I said he did know. That's why he told the police. That's the history. You moron. Cost 22 US said, absolutely the greatest of all time. That's right. You're the man, Cost. Turns out we don't know shit. Okay. Well, that's with Tyler Smith, who one of the greatest basketball players to ever play at Penn State, and he played professionally all over the world. So he definitely knows his stuff. I may not know my stuff about basketball, but that dude definitely does. All right, so this guy said, basically, long story short, he said, I'm really glad you like to open your mouth and spew fraudulent information. Ohio State fan base is way bigger than yours. Always will be. Get your facts straight before you run your mouths about something you apparently know nothing about. Just making yourselves look stupid. Yeah, we're making ourselves look stupid. Last year, Ohio State attendance, and I literally looked up these numbers. Last year, Ohio State attendance. These numbers are not correct. I literally Googled it right after I saw this. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Ohio State alumni base is nationwide. They're 44th, bro. Yep. If you have one person in each state, that makes it nationwide, apparently. Unlike yours, please research things before you come here. We're not nationwide. We're worldwide. So you might be happy with nationwide. We're worldwide, man. Penn State is the largest alumni base in the country. We are worldwide. Is nationwide like the insurance, or are you talking about like nation, like the nation of Ohio? Is that what you're talking about? I said, this is the dumbest comment on here yet. Congratulations. I said, do your research. It's true. Ohio State fans, man, I'll tell you what. Most delusional fan base in sports. It's not even close. Notre Dame's close, man, but Ohio State, certainly, they'd have to be number one. I don't know if there's much else to go through. This is just a daily show, guys, so. But cost 22, or, yeah, illicit, please tune in. Or comment me, or contact me, so that I can get you your giveaway, man. And that's because you commented so much, which we appreciate. I'll just end it with this. Brett sent me this.
Do it be farting. Huddle. Green on me! Yeah, go ahead, come on. Yeah. Is she a pressure washer? Oh, she's gonna love that shit. Bob. Count it. Yeah.
Thought that was funny. I think I've seen that guy before. He does some pretty good impressions. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Watch Masters. Pray that Aaron Rodgers comes to the Steelers. Penn State continues to kill it in recruiting. All good things. So enjoy your golf. I'm drinking some Happy Dads. Make sure you eat before you have Happy Dads, and don't go all day without eating. Donate plasma, and then drink Happy Dad because you'll pass out like I did. So, and I only drank like half of one. So, make sure you don't do that. Be smart about it. Don't make a dumb mistake like I did. But have fun. Have a good weekend. We got Easter coming up. And let's hope Jachambo wins too. So until next time, guys, take care.